Yeah, yeehaw. Let's ride the blockchain. Let's ride the blockchain. Rolling through the market, Bitcoin in my grip, 100K on the table, taking that big dip. Altcoin sparkling like stars in the night. I'm a crypto cowboy riding with might. Dreams of a ranch, no 9-to-5 chain. Stacking sets high, dancing in the games. Fears at 4 to 7, but I'm holding strong. This Bitcoin blaze where I belong. Bitcoin blaze, light it up, let it glow. Rising to the moon, watch the money flow. Yeehaw, I'm free, living the dream. Bitcoin blaze, hear the anthem scream. Altcoins pop, feel the rush in my soul. Wealth's my goal, taking full control. Bitcoin blaze, from the dirt to the sky. Yeehaw, let's fly, never say goodbye. Markets a rodeo, bucking me around. Short-term dips hitting, but I stand my ground. Dreams of a yacht, parties by the shore. Crypto my horse, I'm begging for more. September's a test, but Q for my pledge. Stacking up the win, chasing night to day. Raspy and rough, but my spirit's alive. Bitcoin blaze, where I thrive. Bitcoin blaze, light it up, let it glow. Rising to the moon, watch the money flow. Yeehaw, I'm free, living the dream. Bitcoin blaze, hear the anthem scream. Altcoins pop, feel the rush in my soul. Wealth's my goal, taking full control. Bitcoin blaze, from the dirt to the sky. Yeehaw, let's fly, never say goodbye. Yeah, the market's wild, but I ride away. Golden ticket shining, wealth to save. No debt, just fun. Lambos in the sun, I've won. Bitcoin blaze, light it up, let it glow. Rising to the moon, watch the money flow. Yeehaw, yeehaw. Blaze on.
Yo, road dog, crypto, Fibonacci king. Why you ain't hitting like, what's it gonna bring? Show some love, hit the button, let's go.
Ooh, subscribe, let's roll.
Tall charts on the wall like out of my space. Bull run dreams while it's full, stacking that grace. Fibonacci moves like a beat in my soul. I'm teaching the game, keeping y'all in control. No need to pay, it's all free like the sky, but where's the love? Don't just pass me by. Why you not hitting that like button? Road dog, crypto, knowledge flooding. Hit subscribe, show some love, don't be frontin'. Fibonacci flow, watch the charts jumping. Golden radios, like a rhythm we keep. Market's my stage where the trends never sleep. Crypto got a groove, like a bass that's smooth. Drums hit hard, every doubt I'll remove. Road dogs are one, yeah, I'm holding the key. But where's the love? Support the OG. Oh, love your boy. Break a scratch in the mix, vibe deploys. Chant it loud, Fibonacci all day. Road dog, crypto, show us the way. Why you not hitting that like button? Road dog, crypto, knowledge flooding. Hit subscribe, show some love, don't be frontin'. Fibonacci flow, watch the charts jumping. Oh, love your boy.
Got a fat chart for buying, the bottom so low. Spot the curve dip, I'm riding the low. Rounded bottoms make my wallet grow. Whales keep cool, let the
those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, and the three people that are on here watching me, how you doing tonight? Glad to have you here. Seems like we have a defunct in music, but that will be quickly remedied by our new commercial sponsor, Milfy Cereal.
She a MILF, part of a well-balanced diet. Every morning, yeah, you know I gotta try it. Yeah. Pour it up, Milfy cereal in my bowl. My bowl. Mom's in life forever, that's good for my soul. For real. Yeah. Yoga pants, coffee mug, hair in a bun, dropping kids at school, and she still having fun. Grocery cart queen, turning
Milfy
out
cereal.
to a runway. Got me trying to volunteer.
Get yours today.
Got
Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing tonight? Let's turn the music on and get on with the show. Bitcoin. We're at $75,625 at the moment. Next target I've got is a 272 Fibonacci pull right over here at 67,540. Next bigger target, major part, is the 0.5 Fibonacci from our swing high to swing low. Is the next step up from this one over here at 74 that we kept bumping our heads on for so long. Let's zoom out and appreciate what happened over here. Got a nice rounded bottom. Rounded bottoms, they say, pay the bills. And it was getting a little tricky over here with this little breakout, right? But we've been in this dang zone for so long. Remember, it was one of these triangle-y things, and yeah. And now we're finally in this range, and now we're finally breaking out. Is it a trap? Everybody thinks it's a trap. Nobody trusts it. Everybody thinks we're going down. And I don't think that. And the reason that I don't think that it's necessarily a trap, yet anyway, has to do with our moving averages. And on these smaller time frames, you know, they got some potential. Now, I do think, and I think a lot of other people see this too, however they want to interpret it, that we got a chance to come up through all this big droppy drop that we had over here and possibly test these areas up in the, maybe even up into the upper 80,000s over here. My 786 Fibonacci over here is right at 89, almost 90,000 right there. And so to help make this make a little bit more sense, we're on the 4-hour time frame, zooming out, pulling our Fibonacci from swing high to the very bottom swing low down here. Make sure I get that on here just right. Right there, pull that over to the side so we can see. Wait, you got it, Nildy? Yeah, there we go. And so these are my targets where they're lined up. That easy, ladies and gentlemen. That easy, the Fibonacci strategy here. This 236 area right here that we struggled with for a little while. Yeah, 67, 68,000. Oh no, it's definitely a bear flag to the downside. There were so many calls for that. That was what it was going to be. Definitely, they've been trading for many, many years, and that we were, headed down. And sure, it could have happened, but there were a lot of signs that this 59,000 area that we hit on this particular chart, being the top of our last cycle top, would be a good area of support. I wouldn't expect us just to blaze right through there just too easy. Now, can we get it on a second run down? We can. I would look for us to come up. I don't know how high. Maybe we come up to around 90,000. We have a trend line over here. Until we break back into it, it's just a bearish retest. And that's what could be sending us down lower. I've been eyeballing 58,000 as our 618 Fibonacci. And I think that'll be a good support area too. We may end up ranging down here. There's also the 786, which is on down further. But, hey... Why make a deal about it until we just know that we got some big resistance up ahead. It's a big ask for Bitcoin to be doing a complete reversal here. It's trying, and it may pull it off. It's got to go through the stair step of these moving averages over here on the 4-hour, and it can. It can. But I think it's more on the daily time frame. Let me get rid of this Fibonacci over here. Well, there's a hopeful sign. It's not impossible. We many times price action, when we got our bigger moving averages, the 300, the 600 and 800 drop below it, we can regain up through there. But then again, it's still right here on our resistance area, right there. So I don't think your bear market is over just yet. I mean, technically, we still got around to October, November if we're still looking at the time frame roundabout for our bottoming to kind of solidify. So we still got time to go down, but we got some time to go up before we go down. And what does this mean for us opportunity-wise? Well, if we think about it ahead of time, instead of just being a moon boy, it's going to go to the moon, we can prepare for this move and know that we can get up to these areas. And then we can look for signs to take the short down to however far along she wants to go. A lot of us kind of missed out. Like, oh man, I didn't get in a good short over here. I didn't get in a good short over here. I didn't short it over. I was trying to long get. I didn't do this. So if you hadn't had luck in shorting, I mean that is the trend of the market is lower highs and lower lows. And we're still not out of the woods just yet. I mean, a lot of people are going to argue this looks really similar to what we did over here. I think we're just going to drop like a rock. And maybe if it only comes up to the 0.5, maybe you got that argument. Here's the other argument that we've got. Let's see if we can pull that chart up. We had it out last night. There's a harmonic pattern that I'm watching over here. Where are you? Did I erase you? Are you not here? Or do I have to redo you? I may have to redo this one. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe you're not on the... Let me go down to a smaller time frame, see if I'm missing it over here. Yeah, here it is. Okay. The one that's got the red marker on it. All right, so there is an idea. Of course, it overlaps, and I'm not sure what the rules are on overlap, and I guess it's possible as long as the Fibonacci levels hit. But we are up in an area where we might be getting a little rejection. Now, if this is true, say if we can't get up above here, we start falling down, and maybe we come down a little bit. We might even come back up there and test it one more time. That's the signs I'd be looking for this guy. A lot of times it will do a double top or a double bottom at the end at the D leg. This is the D leg here for the short. And that pattern would be telling us to possibly short back down. And that could be that situation like what we had up here. Over here, where we look like we're going to get out of here and then we don't. Roll over. We were also climbing through the moving averages over here. Okay. On the 4 hour. Look, it looks so awesome, man. Look, we're climbing through them. We're above the 360. We're above the 200. And then it lost it. So it can still happen. It can still happen. We don't want to forget about that. And there is a harmonic idea that says this might be where it happens at. So let's keep that in the back of our mind. But until that day comes, baby, until we start getting those little signs over here, stronger signs of weakness, and it may happen tonight, may happen tomorrow. Today was Monday, often known as False Move Monday, and I don't know if it is or not. Personally, I kind of think, just based on past performance history and what they've done, this is totally me being speculative, but usually we start getting a Sunday pump, and it goes into Monday. They may carry it on into Tuesday, pump us up wherever they want to go, and then Wednesday the dump comes. Now, how severe will that be? I don't know. But if they want to pump us all week, hey man, I will ride it. Tiny little account's doing pretty good, except for this little short thing I'm working on over here. It's a very small, low leverage, very tiny, low leverage short idea. As I'm experimenting with with that part of my account over here. Let's see. As far as our Bitcoin trades go, we got this little guy I've been adding and taking away and playing this little guy for a while. Also got this one's up pretty nice. This one's up 182%. This is where my average entry, and I think I did add a little bit, tiny amounts to this on dips as best as I could, or on retest. And my entry price is still about 72.3, so we got to drop quite a bit to kind of take me out of this one. But take a little profit, try to add a little bit on a dip. That's just what I kind of do every now and then. And it's not always the greatest thing. Sometimes you ruin your trades because you add too much and you lower it up, and then you ruin the spread. Well, you need that spread, and then you get stopped out and like, oh man. So you can't be chasing I can't go too heavy adding to there, but that one's nice on this tiny account, helping things to go up. And then our Solana trade's up. It's a 10x Solana trade, up 36%. So my average entry, I added a little bit more to this trade too after she got past $93 or $94 there, or right in those areas. And my average entry is 91.72 right there. And these are trades I believe we did here. What I'm doing on this account is just what I'm taking here on the stream as far as our stable, the Tether ones, the USDT trades. And I might manage them a little after, but I tend to just do this for the stream here. And then we got into the near for live trades or whatever. We got into our near, and that one's up 29%. I think I did a towel trade, and I think that one got stopped out there. But these are going, and that's plenty of trades right there for me to manage and to figure out what I'm going to do. And I'll probably need to go through each one of those here. We might do that here in the live stream since it is about trading. But as far as Bitcoin goes, man, so far we're doing good. And here on the 4 hour, we've got past the 360 moving average. So, hey, we got that. Where's the one that has all my fibs? Okay, right here. This is the one I'm watching right now. And watching 76.4, seeing if we can move up there. Now, this a lot of your, the more people that are kind of bearish right now, they're probably trying to look at this as being maybe, see if we get a swing failure pattern where we come back below the 382. Hopefully we will not, man. That thing was such resistance for so many times up through there. And again, we did have the ribbon flip here on the 4 hour with these moving averages, with the 5 moving average strategy. See the 200, the white 100, the blue 50, the red 21, which is right over here behind that line, and then the green 9 moving average. They're all spreading out and fanning out like they should do after they curve and cross bullish. They just crossed recently over here. So we should get some traction out of this to take us up. And I wouldn't doubt that we could come up and at least test Miss Lucy over here. You guys know Miss Lucy. We got to get a new Devil Girl. I think we should get a new Devil Girl. Maybe one that dances or something. So we got that idea. And also something to point out is the trend line ideas. I took these from the wicks to the wicks. And that kind of shows that we got some resistance right up there too with this particular trend line. We've had some luck breaking out through some other trend line ideas there. That was the resistance before. That does overlap awfully nice, gosh darn good for my main target. Now this target is a special one. It is a be careful, man. There's a lot of people might say, hey, this is a great place to short the 272 area at the resistance. You might get a bigger pullback. And if it does pull back, we're hoping for a 382. So let's imagine what that might look like. So if we were to march our little happy Bitcoin asses up here and then say, oh man, well, that's it for today, we would hopefully come back to our 382 area right over here at 72,300-ish. So, should you take some profits or what? That's the 21 moving average coming back on the 4 hour. So, a lot of things that could come into confluence right there is a nice support area. Not only that, but also a trend line idea from bodies to bodies suggests that maybe we won't have to do that. But if we did, we'd break that trend line, and that could spell even lower than there. So we got to be cautious about some of these ideas. But right now, she's not even thinking about it. Right now, she's just trying to get up to 76,500. She is. And I think we should probably come down to a smaller time frame and see what's going on. Let's get rid of all these rainbow lions here. Still nice above the 9 moving average, even on the 1 hour. As long as Bitcoin is above the 9 moving average, she's trending, baby. That 9 moving average is that's your immediate trend right there. And if you're above the 9, everything's fine. But ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin is doing good, and we also see a little love coming out of altcoins over here. Notice that on the day, look, 13% gains on over here. What happened over here? Did all of them go up? I was expecting to see one big bubble over here. Something just blew the hell up, but no. MYX is 34 cents. What happened to this one, man? I thought you had hope, MYX. So that's what we're looking like right now. And on the hourly, it looks like they're a little skittish right now. So I guess Bitcoin's not doing much of anything. Come over and check out our indices, and I want to take a look at Total 3. And yeah, we finally broke out of that little box area we were talking about. And it was the curve. And now we're starting to feel that parabolic move in altcoins, and they're starting to go up, and everybody's starting to FOMO into altcoins. They're starting to get horny for altcoins because altcoins are awesome. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost altcoin season. So we're starting to get all that stuff up, but we're just really at resistance right now. So we might get a pullback tomorrow, especially Bitcoin does. But hopefully what we're going to do is go back, like Bitcoin, go back up for a bearish retest. And I don't know if we'll actually come back up to these areas over here or not. If we'll make it up, I hope that we do. That would be awesome. But that would give us the time to take some profits on these altcoins in case they do roll over in a bear market like they normally would. If we were to get back over into this thing, I would be saying, this bear market's over. I don't think this bear market's over, people. I don't think it is. I think we still got the boring ass summer to go through. We still got August and September, which are brutal, and then of course we got October, which, well, it's never as fun as we always hope that it will be. Well, I don't know. This past one was kind of fun. Surprise move to the upside after giving us bearish signals there. All right, so altcoins are going, and if you're in some altcoin plays and making some profit, shout out to you guys. 16 wonderful people hanging out with me, and I'm going to come over and say hello to you guys right now. We got DP in the house. DP. You are number one, Dave. You get the clap. Dave. Oh man, I forgot to change out jackets tonight. I meant to do that. Stuff happens, ladies and gentlemen. We got Dave in the house. We got Postmodern Oddities, PMO here. We also got Ave Medina in the house. Make sure I'm not missing anybody out here. We got Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber. If you're not familiar with Joe, he streams right before I do. You can go check him out. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time nightly with random bonus morning streams. I lost my chat. We got 8JR8 saying T.I. Joe Raid. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Thank you, JR. The Art of Crypto. And we got Haven. Haven's killing it out there. How's it going, Haven? David Gelf is in the house. PMO says, don't mess with the Fibonacci. Strawberry shortcake. Hambo. I was watching lots of supercar crash videos, lots of Hambos. Wow, I'm okay. Now I'm back here. All right, Tony Gold. How you doing, Tony? Glad to have you guys here. And Strega, God's Unchained is up. What? Oh, is it? I forgot about that one. Wasn't it God's? Oh, wow. Can you believe this thing was actually, it's like 3 cents now. I think this thing was like $3 at one time. I'm kind of guessing this is probably the bottom. Online game, NFT game, I think. I can't remember. I used to watch somebody on YouTube that would play it. Or they talked about it anyway. But I never really, I've owned some before. But back when gaming was hot in crypto, wow. Well, it's doing something. It is doing something. Ladies and gentlemen, We got some altcoins to take a look at tonight. I'm going to finish up taking a look over here at my indices, and we'll take a look at Bitcoin dominance, which did get a bounce here. That's not great for altcoins, people. That's going to put a damper on the performance of altcoins as people are starting to look at Bitcoin as it's starting to gain traction. So keep that in mind. Tether dominance, stablecoin dominance is starting to continue on down as some of this money, stingy money, starting to come back into Bitcoin and altcoins, and that's a good thing. And we just wait for, this is Standard & Poor, this is stock, tech stocks, whatever, and trying to see what the hell happens over here. It would be great if we can get a little spike up and keep going to higher, but we are at resistance over here, and I don't know. I'm watching this teeter, and if this falls, I don't see how that doesn't help, or I don't see how it helps crypto if that happens. Unless all that money wants to come in and go into your altcoins and meme coins, and they just said, screw Wall Street, we just want to gamble like degens. But, you know, there's only a small fraction of us that kind of like take that mentality, I think. That's why they call us crazy. Here on the 3-day, man, have you seen the 3-day chart? Have you seen the 3-day where we recovered that 360 moving average, and now this 9 look like it's trying to do a U-turn over here? That's pretty ballsy right there. I'm just saying. There's still some warnings, though. There are still some warnings. We are still in a bear market, ladies and gentlemen. So as bullish as it gets with sentiment and everything over this next week, or, you know, next day or two, first red candle day, they will flip-flop, and, you know, we'll be looking at $38,000 again, I'm sure. But we do have some traction where we can get up some, okay? But let's not forget that we're probably not going to a new all-time high just yet out of Bitcoin. There's probably still a lower low that could possibly be coming over the next few months. So as long as we kind of keep our head straight on that we're still in a bear market, I think we'll be all right. What we're getting right now is called a rally, and we like it. But again, we got a lot of resistance to overcome over here. But could we go back to 90? Okay. Hell, we were hoping for 110 at one time, but gradually over time, we just kind of settle for whatever we can get, right? But I think the real winners will be finding a good top to try to short. And the 618 is, that's one of the magical areas to try to look for a short. Other things that we could be doing over here, some other fun ideas that could be going on other than just going lower, is that we can come all the way back down here and make a nice big rounded bottom. You didn't want to hear that though, did you? Right? Didn't want to hear that. But that can also happen too. So, Road Dogg, you're giving us every dang situation. I know when else going to be right. We're going to say, nailed it. No, I do believe we got a chance to continue up, and I hope we go up as far as we can. But there is some resistance up through here, and if we can break through this or recover from this, I expect us in about 76.5-ish area to probably get our retest or come down, and then either we break the trend line, or if we don't break the trend line, we just blast up. If we do break the trend line, we got to kind of reorganize a little bit, correct, and then try to come on up. But I am looking at least 76.8, and maybe after the pullback from there, maybe come up and tap. Can we not put you on there? 79,000. See what we do right there. Ladies and gentlemen, let me come over to the chat again over here. Tambo Rally, says Ave Medina. If it ain't big and round, I don't want it. All right, well, let's start taking a look at some of these altcoins over here. If you don't mind. I mean, these were the trades that we opened here on the stream. So I'm going to take a look at some of these guys over here, make sure we got it all nurtured up here. This is what it looked like when I got in. Tight stop loss. Did I add? I added to this though. No, that's not my original entry. But let's get you over here, and I want to go to the 1 hour now, because now we're going to let this sucker do what it can do, right? We got our entry. I don't need to be on that 1 minute small time frame crap anymore. I need to zoom out and get me a target over here that I can kind of shoot for, and I'm what dog is. What we got going over here, Jethro? Look at that. 317. You're at 317 before we drop. And if I'm looking at my fib strategies over here, we're just now leaving the really sweet zone over here. I got 173 as being a nice big ass target. We might even go above it. But that would be one of the little guys I'd be looking for right there. That would not be bad. That would give me a very excellent risk reward ratio, and definitely for sure. And my stop loss, you see, I'm over here on the 4 hour. I could probably move it up, but I'm just going to let it hang. I'm just going to let it hang right there. See what happens. All right, that was near. Let's check out Say. We got into Say. That one is, or near is up 28%. Yay. The Say is up 22%. 5x leverage. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Stop loss is above my entry right there. I'm on the 4 hour and my stop loss is still below the 9 and 21. I probably want to keep it there in case we get some kind of slam down, right? Or do I just want to take my profit control? Well, if I'm trying to play for it, that's the decisions you got to make. Of course, you probably have those ideas kind of figured out before you get into the trade. Now, me, I do like to hold on to them for a while because I think they can do some things. And I can take some profits on the way. Oh my goodness, how far does this go up, man? I'm trying to pull a fib, and I'm like, where do I have to go? The 13 cents for Say, you dropped down that low. Oh, that's right, you're like 7 cents now. Crazy. Say is supposed to be the sweet killer. So 7.8 cents, and this target at right at 9 cents right there. Here with Say on the 4 hour, we got a breakout right there. You guys probably can't even see this crap. Can we blow this thing up? I forgot how to, there we go. Is this it? No, that's not it. Oh, that is it. Okay. So SEI, Say, nice little breakout. If I were to look for the measure move for this little guy, and I'd say, well, why not look for the measure move? Just top of the channel down to the bottom. Put that at the breakout. And I can't see you because of that. Okay. Put this at the breakout. It is suggesting that I might make a lower high over here. Oh, that's interesting. Let me pull my fibs and see what we got. 786 fib. Well, I think you just told me what I need to do right there. We're going to 786 right there. That gives me an excellent risk to reward ratio for if it were to come down here and stop me out. Well, now that I got my stop losses and profit, any ratio I got is pretty gosh darn spiffy. All right, so we got Say taken care of. Let's go take, did we do Solana? Solana, I'm probably still going to keep adding to this one little by little if I can. My entry was a little bit high on Solana, and where I added to it kind of beefed it up a little bit there. So, yeah, leave my stop losses where they are on this one. Let me go ahead and see if I can get a bigger target over here. We're looking at that one. We're at the 382. Well, you're coming up to 98 right there. I'm really eyeballing 117. And that may be a big ask. This is a 4 hour chart, so that turns this into a swing trade, which I like to swing trade. And we'll see how well we can do with that. If I get a chance to put back into the trade, I'll try to, but I'll probably take some profit over there. See, I got our bigger moving averages over here that we got rejected from. That's interesting. Might have to take a bigger look at Solana over here. She might be, I hope she does not come back to, you look like you're trying, you might stop me out, Solana. That mean we can get back in about $90? Might have to take a closer look at that one. And also, I say we got VVV. I'm doing something different with it. I'm building up a little bag of this, I think. So I've got sporadic orders down, don't I? Or was? It's not showing it, is it? It is not showing it, okay. So I'm playing this guy. And we're bouncing. Hopefully we're going to bounce off this 100 moving average. Either that or it's going to stop me out. That stop loss looks a little high to me. Like I'm just asking to be stopped out. And I'm actually going to move it right below my trend line here because that's my theory. If it breaks the trend line, well, then that's probably over. And it could wick past that 100 moving average. So I'm going to move it down just a wee bit. This one's a little dangerous. It's got a lower high over here. It could be easily breaking that trend line and come down. But if everything else is pumping in altcoins, I'm hoping that this one will bounce here. So it's a little bit of a higher risk trade here that may not work out. I hope that it does. I think this could be our 4-wave and we at least go up for another one. Maybe that'll be our breakout. But that's kind of what I've got going on over here. Let me check my Bitcoin trade over here. Make sure we're set up. The 4 hour's throwing me off. Everything looks so compressed on the 4 hour. So on this one, I got into a fresh long over here, or added to it, and that ended up putting my entry right there. There's a very late entry on that one. On the one that we did for the show, though, we had a much better entry way down here. And I haven't closed this one out or anything else. So letting that little puppy run right there as much as we can. Let's come back down to the smaller time frame. So watch Bitcoin get rejected over here at $76,000 psychological support area right there. Still think she looks very positive. She can keep on trucking at least to 76.4, 76,500. All right, so we are 37 minutes into the show, and I've got a list of altcoins that we can go over. One of the first ones I want to take a look at, and coming over to the 4 hour time frame, I do want to take a look at Solana. Solana also at the resistance area there, right? 95. I got a target 98. We've almost hit it. She could, I hope she doesn't, but she could still pull back quite a bit to 91 or something, right? All right, let's take a look at River. River is coming down a little bit. There might be a play here. She's been in this big ass head and shoulders, which is why I wanted to get involved, and I was involved until I found out I got stopped out. I think in profit, I put my stop loss above into profit. Hopefully, it gave me profit on it. Looks like we're coming down on the 4 hour to test that, or we did come down. We've already come back up now. We're at 21.50 right now. Have you already done your retest, or are you still working on your rollover? I don't see a good entry yet, unless we want to come down and test these areas. Sit on the 15 minute. Oh, I see what you're doing here. All right. The place I like it is really the retest area. If it can come back, that's a lot to ask for you though, really. $18, but River can do that kind of stuff. River broke its trend line, so I'm a little suspect on it, right? But if you take the measure move from that, it might have already met it. Doesn't mean that it totally reverses from here, but River looking a little suspect. So we're looking at an inverted head and shoulder idea with a retest of it, right? So I would want it to, and it is back above the trend line. There might be a play there. There might be. River is a very testy one. I don't. But with rolling over moving averages, 50 crossing that 100, and I don't want to take that entry just right off the bat. I think it's still got a few more games to play here over the next few minutes, but there should be a long here in this area. I would definitely try to look for one. That would be nice, and that could get us up to some nice target areas, I believe. take the old measure move on the old inverted head and shoulders and put that at the breakout that we had. Kind of takes us up to about $35. I got a target at 31 and even over here at 38, maybe 40. 48 was one of the bigger targets that we could make our little happy asses up here on this coin. All right, River's looking interesting. Let's take a look at ZCash. We had a ZCash trade. Didn't I have a ZCash play? Maybe it wasn't on. It wasn't on Blowfin, was it? Not the one on the show. I've got. I think it's on the CoinX is where I'm playing ZCash. Wouldn't mind playing it over. You have it over here, right? Yeah, there you go. ZCash. Whoa! What was that about? Make sure I star that. So ZCash, I know it sounds crazy, like looking for a $327 target. I was crazy looking for a $278 target on it too, right? But this was the setup that we saw on ZCash with this nice ass Gartley pattern here that says, hey man, she wanted to reverse. She did a type 2 return on it. It's set to go, man. It's set to go. We can at least look for 326, but we've already been there. We've already hit that. We should be coming up to 411. And I know you got the rollover, the moving averages on the 4 hour and everything like that, but she's trying. I'm curious to see what the moving averages, how they play out with this, competing with this. But the pattern says, let's go, baby. Let's go to 326 again, and let's go to 411. Let's see what happens, and see if we can't even come up here to the C target area, about 500. Sounds crazy right now for ZCash. But it also sounded crazy when it's $59 to think that it's going to go up to $750 right there, right? But it did. Just saying. ZCash harmonic pattern seems to be working out. I don't want to jinx it. Take a look at grass. Grass over on Bybit looking, wow, look at you, 46 cents. I am not in on this one right now. But you got, it looks like, when you got a breakout from a big ass fallen wedge? A giant ass fallen wedge breakout? With some volume behind it. Not as much now. It got declining volume and rising price, so it's still a little shaky right now. So I don't know if I would expect too much for this breakout. Did get above the, oh, this is the daily though. This is the daily 200 moving average. Oh, when the hell, we're bullish. If we can hold that, we're good. We're good for bullish. So up ahead about 50 cents, just a little over 50 cents is going to be one of the first notable targets that it might actually get a pullback from. That might give us an entry into it. Our other moving averages are still kind of low. 21 is down at 31 cents. 9 moving average is right over here at our 236 fib area, about 38 cents. It's at 46 cents now, coming closer to 40 cents. If we get that during the week, might be a good chance to look to enter her. She's looking kind of feisty, I gotta say. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Oh, hell yeah. She just went from 39 to 46 cents and popped off. So congratulations if you've been in this. When we looked at it a couple of nights ago, if you decided to get in, you're definitely happy today. You're in the money. And the 4 hour trying to do the old ribbon flipping. That's one of the things that we look for here on the channel. FET is also doing some stuff. Let's take a look at Fetch AI. Look at you, 23 cents. It went up to 25. It was down in the zone over. What do they call it? This is like a, oh man, I wish I'd bought over here in this area underneath the 236 Fibonacci retracement. Wow, that's the same story that always happens, man. When you go in hindsight, it's always like, man, that really was the best place to accumulate a bag out of it. If I'd only done it, if I'd only accumulated a bag of this somewhere over here between 14 and 17 cents, I would be in the money, man. I could be up a whopping 43%, man. 618 rejection area. She went a little bit above it. Can't be mad about it, but it does do what it wants to do. It says rejection. She needs to get a pullback. FET, I think, is getting this pullback 4 hour. I would be looking for a bigger pullback. 200 moving average is still down at 16 cents. I would be taking profits on this one. I would look for a pullback, and I would normally we would hope that we would get one at the 382 at 21, and it might, and that matches up over here pretty nice with this area if we hold it. But more than likely, we're going to come back at least halfway, maybe even more. If I had to look at my moving averages, I'm trying to figure out what the hell this one might be doing. We'll go with the general rule here, the 50% retracement, or a strong impulse move like this one has given us, and that is Charles Dow's theory. And you'd be surprised how well that theory kind of holds out and works, especially if we're going to respect this trend line idea. So I would be looking for quite a possible pullback back to at least this area, if not maybe a little lower, to talk to these bigger moving averages at some point. So we might be seeing, we might get a harmonic. I hate to be saying that, but it looks like it might be setting up for one of these. I hope not. But I think we might be in a big ass round, a big ass bottom thing over here for FET. I'll keep that idea open over here, but judging, that's kind of what I see. I kind of see us in that, and even a bigger one. So as bullish as I'd like to be on this, I think it's still just kind of in accumulation. And this is one of our butt cracks. And if I'm reading this right, this would be our contraction phase. And then we would have our expansion phase after we come back and bottom out around whatever he wants to do, about 15 cents. Well, that would fuck. Well, that's bear market though. I can't get this off of there. There you go. Now you went. Let me get this off. Get off of there. All right, so that's my take on it. 800 moving average. We're above it, and we went the mile above it. She need to be pulling back. How's your indicators over here? On the 4 hour, you're getting another red dot over there. So she is getting her red dot over there on the 4 hour. Money flow still in the green. Man. But I gotta say, Ichimoku Cloud looks feisty. What if you're wrong, Road Dog? You got the ribbon flipping happening on the 4 hour? There is a ribbon flipping happening on the 4 hour. There is, but we still need that big pullback. Hopefully we'll see it pull back to at least 19 cents before it takes off. But the Ichimoku Cloud does make it look like it wants to keep going on the 4 hour. It's just got a lot of work. She's going to have to snap back. She's going to have to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to America's favorite frog, Pepe. Pepe, where do we watch you at? Kraken, how's that look? Haven't looked at Pepe in a long time over here. Wow. Wow. Is that not a awesome looking head and shoulders right there? Is that not just the textbook head and shoulder pattern right there for Pepe's whole life? Pepe's still got a lot of work to go. She's still in her juicy accumulation zone, if you want to look at it that way. I'm going to use the 236 method on this one. And just walk this little baby down and get us our targets. Uh-oh, messed that one up. All right, and over here. And according to this, we are right at it. It's a good place that it could get rejected. Let's look for some, yeah, there's some divergence over here. Okay. Let's check out our fib levels here and see if we got a possible bottom scenario to be looking for. Swing low to swing high. Ooh, 113. Yes, Lordy. All right, Pepe, I like you now. I'm here with you, Pepe. Look at that breakout, and I can't see because of the dang Fed stuff over here that's coming out. What is this for? 2 days when we get FOMC. So this is the daily chart for Pepe, and she is at her limits at the moment. Any pullback she get, 9 has not crossed the 21 on the moving average, and it makes me think that maybe she can. She does have a breakout, and as soon as I can come to the 4-hour time frame, we'll take a closer look. What we got going on? Ooh, is this flag going to fly? That flag might fly. So a flag after a breakout don't always work with it. My 9 moving average crossing over that 200, I think that would be enough to get us up there. If we were to come back, and we probably need to, it might just be to touch that 200 moving average one more time on the 4-hour. You're looking interesting, Pepe, on the 4-hour. I mean, you got to pull back some. You're very overextended on the 4 hours. Not the perfect time to buy by any means. But let's come down to the 15-minute. Yeah, here we're getting our, looks like we might be getting our rollover. Maybe, hopefully. All right. We want a 382 on this one. Or I want a 382. 382, possibly, you know, again, what we just talked about with the Charles Dow 0.5. We'll put that one on there too. We'll see who wins. But if it's going to do a flag, I'm looking at the 382. If it's going to be a flag to the upside, or what I call a B equals CD pattern, which would give us a target right over here at here and here. Is that yeah. Change the color on this one. There we go. There's our higher targets. If we're just erased it. If we're going to see that scenario, that's what I'm looking for. And if it were to do that, get a bounce from here and hit our targets over here at 16 to 21% gains, if that setup idea actually works. So spell it out. If we do come down here and then bounce, and then we find ourselves working our way up to a higher high, that's what I'm looking for here. Otherwise, we could be rolling over. We come down below that, and we want to see maybe we catch something at over here at the 0.5. So those are kind of the two scenarios I'm looking for Pepe. Retesting that 200 moving average be one that it may be hitting a little bit more toward here. At this level, which is what, 0.0, how many zeros we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros and 37. We're at 39 right now, 39.45 right now, coming back to 37.30, somewhere like that. That's not too, that's kind of doable. That's kind of doable. 13 people hanging out with me. Thank you for being here, guys. We've been going for almost an hour now. And,
For those of you that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll take a look at Pump.fun. This is on Binance, and it is pumped from a 0.0019 cents to 0.002134 cents for a whopping move of a whopping 10% gains. You do what you do, Pump. We've had a breakout of a falling wedge idea, lackluster breakout, went sideways. Looks like a type 2 return to me. Wish I had more price action over here. It looks like a type 2 return. Makes me want to take a fresh look at you, Pump. I think we already had those same targets right there, but the big wick. You know, surprisingly, this is one of the few coins that never came back down to its October 7th dump when it went down below half a penny there, or well below Oh man, fractions of a penny. Wow, imagine. I mean, you couldn't buy then because the exchanges weren't working. It's got a nice rounded shape. And I see on the 4 hour with our moving averages here that we're trying to flip the ribbon. Pepe, you're looking sexy to me. Or Pump, you're looking a little sexy to me right now. Swing high to swing low. She just left our little zone right there. Wow, my, what our indicators got? You still got a little that you can be going, don't you? It makes me want to take a little nibble, even if it does pull back just a little bit. Let me come over to the 15-minute and see what that's looking like. Testing the trend line. That one may break and we may come back and retest these guys, but I still see moving average. I'm willing to take the trade on this one, I believe. Oh man, do we not have the right one out here? There we go. Even if it does break the trend line, and it might, well, that's a big 5% drop that I'd have to do there. Of course, that's not the main target I'd be wanting to go with. Let me see. Was it 18% up here to 0.0025? Main target I'd be looking for is about 0.00272. That would give me a 5-to-1 risk reward ratio if I did that. If I wanted to be really safe about it and put my stop loss below here, that would be a 3-to-1. It's not the greatest, but it's something. It's a starter trade, I guess. I could look at it that. Do I want to do that over on Blowfin though? With the tiny account, is it worth it? Because it would be a tiny, it'd just be a, wonder if it would be an opportunity cost trade. If I'm trying to grow the account, is this the one that will grow it for me? I like the setup though. I like the setup. You got too many trades? Yeah, I do have too many trades right now. I want to keep my eye on Pump.fun. I want to see if I can see something more interesting here, but she's starting to look a little interesting, little on the bigger scale of things, like she wants to move a little bit. Let's take a look at virtuals. This is virtuals on MEXC, sure, why not? 4 hour time frame, let's go there. Oh, you're up 81 cents, are you really? This is the idea we got for virtuals, possible. It has not confirmed, but based on the Fibonacci's, I'm looking for it possibly getting back to $2.30. I know it sounds crazy at the moment. We just got a, did we get a breakout? Another breakout when I continue the line over here. It's definitely at resistance right now. Still might have a little bit more of a push. 81 cent virtuals. I feel the FOMO making me want to go-mo into these coins. We're above the 200. 50's crossing the 100. That's bullish. We're trying to climb through them ribbons right there. Let's go to the 15-minute. What are you looking like over here? Are you looking... Yeah, you very extended over here. It's time for you. Definitely time for it to pull back. So, I'm not going to FOMO into that one just yet. I bet you would probably do something like that, wouldn't you? Cut this trend line through here. This original trend line before we lost it. See how that lines up with our fibs over here. Yeah, 382. And I would be interested in looking at you over here. I would be interested in looking at you right there. I'm going to set an alert on this little guy. Set an alert on my fib, so it'll piss me off whenever it goes off. And I will come back and revisit virtual there. too high to buy from me right now. She's at a resistance level. She need to come down, and I think she can come down. Because if I bought right now, why do I want to do that? Getting drawdown, and oh man, I'm down 4%. And if I'm on 5x leverage or something like that, I'm down 20%. That's going to make me feel like, dang. And then it's going to have to recover that and then go up another, percent just so I can make 5% back. It's not even made back what I was in drawdown, and I don't like that. So I would rather wait. 12 people hanging out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. We're watching Bitcoin at 75,100. A little bit of a pullback. Hasn't quite hit the target over here. Still think it can. Still think she's got some more gas in her tank, but 76,500-ish, right in that area. I want to pay a little bit more close attention. She may have to come back for a bigger pullback, 3-2 pullback, something like that, after she does that. And then maybe we can head up to 78. Maybe we can head higher. But there still is that one idea that I am watching. I'm just throwing it out here. This is still possible right over here. This little guy is still, she's still in the range here. Of a bearish harmonic pattern, a bearish butterfly, if I'm correct on that, and that can bring us down. So it's a reversal pattern. So I want to be cautious. Look for the signs. Again, those signs. A really common one is that we get we come down. We end up doing a double top over here, basically. Oh crap! It makes another harmonic, doesn't it? And before we go, let's take a look at Elliott. See what Elliott's wave count is. You didn't count this stuff down here, Elliott. Elliott seems to think that yes. Oh man, that goes hand in hand with this pattern over here. There's a bearish argument to be made over here, ladies and gentlemen. At least short term. Well, I mean, with Elliott short term. With this one, it's a little bit deeper. But then again, you take into consideration what you're getting on the bigger time frames. It's a mix. It is a mixed bag. Smaller time frames look bullish. The larger ones look a little. Yeah, still got some work to do, but there is that hope. There's that chance there, babies. We can climb through these little guys, and until it doesn't, I don't know. I think we'll find out probably tomorrow afternoon, or definitely Wednesday, when we get the big old hump day noise coming in. Do not forget about that, ladies and gentlemen. We got PPI coming in. I think FOMC is coming in. Are you not showing me on this one? FMOC also coming in on the 18th over here. And that's when the market makers really like to have fun with the markets and try to flush people out and get them scared, pump and dump and everything. So be cautious. 11 people hanging out. Thank you for being here. You're the real ones. I'm going to go ahead and close up my show tonight. And I'll see you on the next one. Happy trading. Was that Mo9? Well, Elliott thinks Monad's got another leg up over here. So does Market Cipher. Oh, it's getting out of our little 236 zone right there. That's good. If it's going to pump up, I'd be looking at 0.02875 cents for the next little target. It's already been there once before, so either it double tops over here or it goes a little higher to 3.2.
You keep on scrolling, chasing every pump, but when the dip comes calling, you're feeling kind of drunk. I'm the one that stays, the one that never runs. Pet the shell, baby, under midnight suns. One stroke, one side, the vibe is getting deep.
Technically got a breakout from this idea, but there's no volume there yet that I can see, so I'd be cautious about that. Looking pretty good though, with the ribbons on the daily. Above the 9, can't say anything about it. Kind of away from the 9, so there might be a pullback at some point if we're doing a double top scenario. 4 hour looks bitchin' though. I like that. And the 15-minute is pulling back right now.
Now listen close, honey, when the night gets long, let the rhythm take you.
Got a deviation in the trend line. That means it's curving up some. That's always good.
Baby, bring me to my knees.
Let's see if this area will hold here. If not there, then probably right around 0.023. Now they're all 0.024 is about what I'm looking for. Fractions of a penny down from where we are now to retest and hopefully bounce. All right, good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. I will see you on the next one. I mean, you can definitely take profits. It's got some bearish divergence on the 15-minute. You could take some profits over here and get in a little bit, but I don't know if it's going to come down too much lower. It might, but the momentum looks pretty good on it right now. Maybe a little too good. All right, here we go. Let's just do it local. If you ever want to know if you need to take profits, I mean, this is a good little test that you see me do all the time. Let me turn this music down. So you see me do this technique all the time. I go from swing high to the swing low. And yes, definitely, you are in definite profit taking zone for this move right here. So she does need to get a bigger pullback before she do something. And she might come back below her 236. It can. Doesn't have to, but it can. But the fact, this is our reversal area pivot points right over here in the top, in the attic area of our Fibonacci extension tool. And we can also do that again to get some other targets. What did you do? 786, yeah. And so looking for the next target on the upside, that 113 is what I would look for. She may blast through it, or end up going through it after struggling and go higher, but that's what I'd look for until we get up to the main target. So bullish scenario, pullback scenario, again, 382 is what we really want to see if it's going to really take off and be bullish. And if it does, do we have any confluence for that? If it bounces at the 236, we're looking at these areas over here for our target again. So I think she needs to pull back. Maybe it'll catch some traction here, but yeah, you're definitely in a good place to get paid if you've been in it, especially if you've been in it from down here at 0.002 or something like that. All right. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Good night, John Boy.